lives in a pineapple under the sea, not your internet. Help wanted, inquire inside, and can't spell HIPAA without security breach. These stories and much more on today's episode of MSP Dispatch.
This episode is presented by MSP GeekCon 2023, a conference for MSPs by MSPs. Occurring May 21st through the 23rd, 2023 in Orlando, Florida, this two-day event is built around the journey of technical growth from Tier 1 to Tier 3. If you're interested in attending, speaking, or sponsoring the event, visit mspgeekcon.com for more information.
Good morning and welcome to the October 25th, 2022 episode of MSP Dispatch, your source for news, community events, and commentary in the MSP channel. I'm Ray Orsini, joined as always by my co-host, Mr. Tony Francisco. How you doing, Tony?
Good. Can you sing it again, please? Can you please sing that? Do it. Sing it.
Listen, I
sing it.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? MSP Dispatch. I know. Yes, I'm 12 years old at heart. I still laugh at duty every single day.
Oh my God. Oh, what a great
But we're
opening.
not here for the singing. We're here for the news. Why don't we get into it?
Let's get into the news, man. Jumping into the first story. bleepingcomputer.com, internet connectivity worldwide has been impacted by severed cables in France. A major internet cable in the south of France was severed yesterday at 2030 UTC, impacting subsea cable connectivity to Europe, Asia, and the United States, and causing data packet losses and increased website response latency. Cloud security company Zscaler reports that they made routing adjustments to mitigate the impact. However, users still face problems due to the app and content providers routing traffic throughout the impacted areas. The repair crews moved quickly on the scene, but had to wait for police to collect evidence before they were allowed to work on restoring the damage. At the same time, BCC reports that subsea cable linking to the Shetland Islands to the Scottish mainland has also been damaged, leaving netizens on the island isolated from the rest of the world. So many things to unpack here. Ray, let's talk about this for a moment because we have such a dependency on connectivity. Isolation is a massive punishment now. These microfibers that hold everything together, these subsea cables, I'm a big fan of, hey, X happens, whatever it is. Happens twice, coincidence. 3 times, you have a pattern. Right now, we have the Russian-Ukraine war. We've got a variety of things occurring right now. We have a lot of mischievous activity from hackers trying to disrupt the commerce and transactions for commerce around the world. Ray, is this just a coincidence? Is this, do we have the onset of a pattern? Give me your thoughts on this. And are we just too dependent, or are we even kind of prepared for the lack of connectivity that we currently have?
Listen, I want to be positive. I want to, a wise person once told me, don't assume malice where there's lack of understanding. I really, 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 really want to believe that these were a bunch of unrelated mistakes by fishermen, not underwater
pineapple
fiber.
under the sea. A pineapple,
or not a fiber-seeking backhoe. Now that they've landed on water and working underwater. It is crazy. Last episode, Phil, that way, yeah. Last episode, we talked about Starlink on airplanes and having connectivity everywhere, and now we're talking about how disastrous happenings can happen from these underwater cables getting cut. And these things, if you've never seen them, go search for underwater deep sea cables map. And you'll see these things. And these are monster cables. So it's not a, oops, I tripped and, disconnected the internet kind of thing. It takes a lot of work to cut one of these.
Two at the same time. At the same time.
It's and now we, like you said, we have world events going on. We have wars going on or conflicts or however you want to describe it. We have bad stuff going on where people on one side are trying to screw with people on the other side and vice versa. Internet's the best way to get it done. We talk about security every single episode. How do we secure this? Do we monitor it? Do we, you know what I mean? More satellites to, who knows, right? So I'm curious if any MSPs were affected by this. I'd definitely like to know in the chat or in the comments. Let us know, and we'll find out. We'll talk about it next episode.
We can't protect maybe at this point what's under the sea, but we can protect what's right in front of us, and we need cybersecurity workers to do that, and we have plenty, right, Ray?
Oh yeah, we have absolutely plenty, except we don't. In our second top story, ISC squared study finds that industry shortage of 3.4 million cybersecurity workers, as reported by Duncan Riley on SiliconANGLE. According to 2022 ISC squared cybersecurity workforce study, the cybersecurity workforce has 4.7 million working professionals in the field, but 3.4 million more are needed to effectively secure assets. Out of the 12,000 cybersecurity workers surveyed globally, 70% said that their organization does not have enough cybersecurity employees. More than 50% said their organizations are at a moderate or extreme risk of cyber attack. 72% expect their cybersecurity staff to increase in the next year. Claire Rosso, Chief Executive Officer of ISC Squared, concluded that the study shows a greater focus on cybersecurity and increasing demand for professionals in the field because of geopolitical tension, macroeconomic instability, and high-profile data breaches, along with a growing physical security challenge. In addition, corporate culture, experience, training, education, investment, and mentorship are necessary to keep these employees motivated, engaged, and effective. On one hand, it's a little terrifying. We don't have the people we need to secure our stuff, especially right after this last story. On the other hand, no shit. It's hard to find employees everywhere. You know what I mean? Along with doctors, garbage people, nurses, teachers, there's still shortage everywhere of everything. I don't know. Do we take this story more seriously than we take a shortage of doctors and nurses, or do we take it less serious? Where do you stand on this?
Ray, I'm of the opinion that it's clear we need a cybersecurity team that handles the cybersecurity hygiene on the surface level. But it is also clear that we need divers and a ton of sea divers to go under the sea and watch those cables that connect all the different countries. Per the last story, everyone. I think we have so much happening that is so incredibly life-changing. The concept of an iPhone, a generation ago, 2-3 generations ago, you would have been burned at the stake for being a witch or possibly an alien. This is magic that the times that we live in are amazing, but it also brings a lot of opportunity for, an exposure for things to go wrong. And there's always going to be people that don't like the existing state. The current state of, can you give that?
Well,
desired state
configuration.
Oh God, I love it.
That's the way to get Tony happy. Talk about APIs and DSC, and he's a happy guy. If you're one of those MSPs that wants to join the USB Air Force or a USB Sea Force, sorry, let us know in the comments. But for now, Tony, at least we know all of our medical information is safe, right? That's where you're going to tell us in this next story.
Yes, absolutely not. Unfortunately, in bleepingcomputer.com, health systems data breach due to Metapixel hits 3 million patients. Advocate Aurora Health, AAH, a 26-hospital healthcare system in Wisconsin and Illinois, is notifying its patients of a data breach that exposed the personal data of 3 million patients. The incident was caused by the improper use of Metapixel on AAH's website, where patients log in and enter sensitive and personal medical information. Metapixel is a JavaScript tracker that helps website operators understand how visitors interact with the site, helping them make targeted improvements. However, the tracker also sends sensitive data to Meta, Facebook, and is then shared with a massive network of marketers who target patients with advertisements that match their conditions. The following information may have been exposed via Metapixel: the IP address, dates and times and locations of scheduled appointments, proximity to AAH location, medical provider information, type of appointment or procedure, communication between MyChart users, which have also included first and last names, and medical record numbers, insurance information, and proxy account information. Ray, we just got done talking about security needed underwater. We just got done talking about security needed on land at the desktop level. Now we're talking about hackers, unbeknownst to us, meaning just a slip, in between, where you're just logging in, conducting transactions that you think are secure, but it's being sent, personal information is being sent to Facebook for advertisers, which of course they're going to take that in a database and they're going to sell and resell that. Is it time to give up hope?
At least we have enough security researchers. Oh wait, we just did this story. That was the last story. It's going to get to the point where the paranoid ones are the normal ones, and the rest of us are the ones that have something wrong. I mean, you're watching out for physical security, right? Boats, fishermen cutting fiber cables, or more realistically, unattended desktops and workstations. You're watching out for remote access, right? Maybe your Fortinet or your firewall, and it's not just Fortinet, it's happened to a bunch of vendors. They have their firewall open, admin open to the public. Maybe they didn't realize they're not monitoring their desired state configuration and something got changed by mistake. And then you have the interactive stuff, right? You download something you didn't realize, you download some malware. I never download anything, but yeah, you did. And now we have this fourth category of stuff in the middle, the invisible stuff. It's because you're going to certain websites versus, not going to others. I'm a firm believer in allow lists versus block lists, right? The old way of doing things, and when I say old, I mean 30 years old. I mean like 30 years old of just monitoring what comes in. Then it was monitoring what goes out. And then it was block everything going out unless you expected the traffic. And now it's make sure you're monitoring inside your network because the threats are both inside and outside your network. I'm a firm believer in only allowing appropriate traffic for work. It sucks. I get it. Some stuff breaks when you have an ad blocker or whatever else going on. Too bad. I'd rather that than risking sending out a notice to 100 million clients or 50 million clients saying, oops, everybody knows the results of your hepatitis test. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks.
Isn't that making everything purpose built though? I mean, is there anything too wrong with that, or is what's wrong the concept of not letting someone spread their wings, for lack of a better term, which we all encourage, but the peripheral impact of that is very detrimental to an organization and everyone included in that organization. Are we just being, are we overthinking it? Are we saying, hey, we're giving too much leeway to everyone out there? Should we go back to the times where the IT team decided what type of mobile device you can use to connect?
Yeah, I definitely want to hear what the MSPs do. Let us know. Tony, we got some notables you want to cover. Let's do that.
Let's jump right into that. In my first notable mention from bleepingcomputer.com, Microsoft data breach exposes customers' contact information and emails. Microsoft said today that some of its customers' sensitive information was exposed by a misconfigured server accessible over the internet. Quote, our investigation found no indication customer accounts or systems were compromised. We have directly notified all affected customers. Leaked data allegedly linked to 65,000 entities worldwide. While Microsoft refrained from providing any additional details regarding the data leak, SOC Radar revealed in a blog published today that the data was stored on a misconfigured Azure blob storage. And in my next notable mention on TheVerge.com, Microsoft is building an Xbox mobile gaming store to take on Apple and Google. Microsoft's Activision Blizzard deal is key to the company's mobile gaming efforts. Microsoft is quickly building a mobile Xbox store that will rely on Activision and King games. The Xbox Mobile Store will directly offer games on mobile devices, challenging Apple and Google. The software giant first hinted at a next-generation store that it would, quote, build for games earlier this year, but now has quietly revealed details of the plans in filings with UK's Competition and Markets Authority.
In my first notable mention, Microsoft improves Windows Update experience in Windows 11, as reported by Sergio Gatlan on Bleeping Computer. As per Microsoft, ensuring consistent and predictable timing of restarts for Windows updates is a key part of a successful update strategy. The latest Windows 11 preview build helps admins make system restarts after Windows Update installations more predictable. Admins can manually set the number of days before the feature and quality updates install automatically. They can also set a grace period so other users can still manage the restart time after the updates are deployed. However, once the deadline is reached, the system will restart to complete the installation process regardless of active hour settings, and the user won't be able to reschedule the update. The build also fixes issues leading to app crashes and affecting apps like File Explorer, the Start menu, and gaming services. In my second notable mention, Verizon notifies prepaid customers that their accounts were breached, as reported by Sergio Gatlan on Bleeping Computer. Verizon notified its prepaid customers of a recent attack between October 6th and 10th, resulting in third-party actors accessing their accounts. According to the company, only the last 4 digits of the customer's credit cards were exposed. The attackers couldn't access sensitive information like social security numbers because they weren't on the accounts. However, the actors could have accessed names, telephone numbers, billing addresses, and other service-related information from compromised accounts. Verizon stated that it has secured the affected accounts and taken additional measures to protect customers from further unauthorized access. In addition, it has also advised affected customers on additional steps they can take to better their account security. In feedback from our MSP, DJ3 Stripe says, "Been digging your YouTube videos, thank you." And Faxworm says, "This is the only place I saw covering Intune Suite. Surprised it's not all over the news." DisJosh23 says, "If there isn't a sticky note under the keyboard, there's a picture of a dog next to the monitor. The amount of times the password is FIDO1 is alarming." Well, gentlemen, I agree with all 3 of you. Especially, we appreciate you checking out our stories. We work really hard for you. The Intune stuff, I'm glad to hear we're covering it and you're getting it from us. I'm surprised nobody else is covering this stuff. In upcoming events, October 25th through 26th, in-person event, CompTIA Fall Summit in Nashville, Tennessee. Tony will be there. October 25th through 27th, in-person event, 7-Figure MSP Live in Orlando, Florida. I'll be there along with Simon. October 26th through 27th, the IOTSA in-person Cybersecurity Expo in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. October 28th at 10 a.m. Eastern, MSP Dispatch Week Wrap-Up presented by the MSP Media Network. Those of you that attended Huntress's Hackett 2021 or any of the previous sessions will be delighted to know they're back at it. And joining me to talk about it is Mr. John Hammond, the senior cybersecurity researcher over at Huntress.
What we like to bring with Hackett 2022 is a lot of education, hands-on experience, and interactive stuff to get you in the know about what threats are out there. We are diving into 3 different sessions during the content days, November 15th and 16th, so you have 2 chances to catch the content.
And then on top of that, you guys have a pre-day event also, right?
So what we call Day 0 is a hands-on hacking training lab. Cutting through code, slinging exploits, a lot of fun and very cool stuff.
MSP Media Network is actually going to give away 5 of the 0-day licenses. We'll put the information below, but absolutely we invite you guys to sign up for Hackett 2022.
Excellent. See you soon.
So how'd you like today's show? Don't worry, I'm not going to wait and make sure you click that thumbs up, but hit the thumbs up. And if you didn't like it, hit it twice. You know how we do. If you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button on YouTube or your favorite podcatcher. Did you know we also have a Discord where we post stories all week? You can propose your own or even vote on which ones we'll cover. As my friend Rich Banky says, make sure to tell a friend. Also, be sure to follow us on social media at MSP Media TV. Have any questions? Email news@mspmedia.tv for answers on the next episode, or leave us a voicemail, 833 MSP Network. All right, Tony, I'm only doing this if you're doing this. You got to sing it with me, man. 1, 2. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Under the sea. All of us. I don't even know.
and we'll go with that. If you're signing up for the USB Air Force or the USB Sea Force, please let us know. Until next time, thank you. Take care, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
This has been a broadcast of the MSP Media Network.
The incident was caused by improper use of Metapixel on AAH's website, where the patients log in and enter sensitive data. Hold on. Repeat that last line. Bleh. AAH's. There's too many AAH's. Okay, here we go. The incident Okay, here we go. One more time. Okay. Here we go. Shh, don't make me laugh.
The latest Windows 11 preview build helps admins make system restarts after Windows update. That's a hard sentence. The latest Windows 11 preview builds